Chuck Connors.
A smart bird like you get caught in my rabbit snare. Now hold still. I'm not gonna hurt you. All right. Now you be quiet. As soon as I finish checking the rest of my snares, I'll take you back home and show you to my paw. Doggone, whatever it was got away. I don't see him.
Don't move, boy. I said don't move. Sorry if I scared you, boy, but that rattler almost got you.
Thanks, mister.
Feel better, boy?
I guess so. I reckon on how you saved my life. I'm pleased, Mr.
Hake, boy. Walt Hake.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Mark McCain.
How do, Mark?
You traveling on foot, mister?
My horse shied off about 3 days ago. Threw me so hard, near broke my neck. How far do you live from here, boy?
About a mile. My pa'd be pleased to know about what you did. I mean about the snake and all.
Well, only did the natural thing, boy. Makes us even.
Even on what?
For taking that game out of that snare you was looking at. Ain't much, but I did take it without asking you. It's the first meat I've tasted since I lost my gear and my horse.
Say, if you want to, you can come along with me while I check the rest of my snares. Maybe we'll find a rabbit. I told my pa if I did that, well, we'd have rabbit stew tonight. And even if we don't, my boy's got a side of beef hanging. You're welcome to share it with us.
Boy, you just made yourself a deal. Oh, hold on a minute. I forgot my rattler.
What are you going to do with that?
Rattlesnakes are good for lots of things. I'll show you sometime. I can stick it in that sack there.
I got something here already. A hawk, and it's alive, too.
Well, what are you going to do with a hawk?
Well, I caught him in one of my snares.
You going to keep it?
Sure.
What for?
Well, I don't know, but, well, I caught him, so I figure on keeping him.
Well, I never knew of anyone keeping a live hawk before.
Well, I never heard of anyone keeping a dead snake before.
I'll get that rattler and be right back.
Won't that hurt him, Paul?
No, it won't hurt him, son, but he's got to be staked if you want to keep him. You do, don't you?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mark, stand back.
He don't like that. No, sir, not one bit.
I wouldn't like it either.
Well, just come here staking him then. A bird like that ought to be free.
What do you think, Mark?
Well, he'll keep the crows away from the place.
Maybe so, but a scarecrow would do the same thing. No, sir, if he was mine, I'd let him go.
I think I'll keep him. For a little while, anyhow.
All right. Did all that scrubbing you were doing wash away your appetite?
Heap of food's the only thing that'll do that.
All we've got is beefsteak and potatoes. I sure had my heart set on a rabbit stew.
I'll get a rabbit tomorrow. You'll see.
Well, you know, you did pretty good today, consider it. You know, out of 7 rabbit snares, you get back with you alive, hawking a dead snake.
Oh, Paul.
Go on and wash up, son.
He's a good boy, Mr. McCain. Yes, sir, a good boy.
Thanks. That was a fine thing you did today, killing that rattler. Mark tells me you lost your mount and your gear. I'd like to repay you by replacing whenever I can.
I don't want repaying. I tell you what, a place like this needs a lot of fixing. Mending fences and cattle branding, whatnot. Supposing you were to let me stay on here for, say, a week or so, I could earn whenever you plan to give me.
Fair enough. Hake, you never did say where you were coming from or where you're going.
That's right, I didn't. I reckon I don't really know. I've been to a lot of places, and there's a lot of places to go, too. Some would call that being a saddle bum, I guess, but not me. I call it being a free man. There's too many places in this world to see and too little time to see them in. I aim to take in what I can while I can. That's my way of life.
Are you happy living like that? Always on the move?
I sure am. Wouldn't have it no other way.
Well, that's what counts.
Come on, boy. Come on. What are you doing to the rattlesnake skin?
Curing it. I rubbed it out with salt last night. Now I'm letting it dry in the sun.
Oh, what are you gonna do then?
Well, now, ain't you the nosy one?
Well, I just asked.
Mark,
Over here, Paul.
come along, son. Here.
I'll have that cord of wood behind the barn split by the time you get back.
That'll be fine, Walt.
You should see what he's doing to that rattlesnake skin, Paul. Got it all cured and everything.
Oh. You making something out of it?
Never can tell.
Well, we'll be back this afternoon.
Appears there ain't much interested in my poster. You're no different from people in any other town you've been in.
Hi, Micah.
Hi, Michael.
You taking to advertising?
Not me. Him. Lucas McCain, meet Eli Flank.
Take care of the team, son. I'll meet you at the general store.
All right, Paul.
Last time I heard of you was maybe brought in the Kelly brothers back in Oklahoma. Two of them were dead, and the other was near out of his mind. He was beaten on so bad. And they weren't even wearing their guns.
My job is to bring in escaped convicts, McCain. Ain't none of your business how I do it. Besides, I got everyone I ever went after, one way or the other.
I'm surprised you even let him come around here, Micah.
You see the badge he's wearing? They hired him on down in El Campo prison. That means I have to cooperate. As long as he remembers he's in my jurisdiction, and if the man he's looking for is around here, it'll be handled my way. Sure, Marshal, sure. Don't you worry, that man's around here, huh? I trailed him nigh on to 100 Mile, and 3 days ago he just up and disappeared. I figure he's hiding out somewhere, or somebody's hiding him, but I'll find him. When I do...
You gonna kill him, Flack? Just like all the others?
I'll never kill anybody, McCain, unless they give me cause. Something bothering you, Lucas?
Yeah. According to that description, the man Flack's looking for has been at my ranch for the past 3 days.
You're putting me in a bad position, Lucas.
Have I ever given you any reason to doubt my judgment, Micah?
No, that you haven't.
Well, all I'm asking for is 24 hours.
Well, what makes you so sure that Walt Hake or Reed Young isn't a real killer like Flack says? After all, that's what he was jailed for.
I'm not sure, Micah. I'm just betting that way.
All right. I can see there's no sense arguing with you, so go ahead, do it your way. But if you're not back by tomorrow at sundown, I'm coming out there. And I hope not to pick up the pieces.
Thanks, Micah.
Well, Lucas, why do you want to do it this way?
He saved Mark's life.
I don't believe it, Paul. He's too nice a man. Well, if he was all that bad, he wouldn't have done what he did for me, and you've seen how he's been. Just must be the wrong man.
I hope you're right, son. I can't believe it either. We can't take any chances. You understand that, don't you?
Yeah, I reckon I do.
Good. I want you to act natural. Don't let on either one of us suspects anything.
What are you going to say to him, Paul? What are you going to do?
Well, I haven't quite figured that out yet, but you let me handle it, all right?
All right. Gosh, Walt, where'd you learn how to do that?
Oh, just picked it up, I reckon. Remember? I told you rattlesnakes were good for lots of things. You like it?
Do I like it? Golly. Look, Paul, I got me a rattlesnake band for my head.
That's fine, son. Real fine.
Hey, that's what Walt was doing with the skin all along. Just teasing me, trying to make me wonder. Boy, wait until the kids see this at school. Wahoo!
Well, you better thank Walt for it now, son, and get on to bed. It's getting late.
Thanks, Walt. Thanks a lot.
Glad you like it.
I do. I really do. Well, good night.
Good night, boy.
Good night, Paul.
Good night, son.
Thanks again, Walt.
Go on.
I never knew a boy yet what didn't like surprises.
Yeah. If they're the right kind. I got this for a friend of yours.
Friend of mine? Who?
Eli Flack. According to what it says here, Walt, your real name is Reed Young. Is that right?
I reckon there's no sense in denying it.
You want to tell me about it?
It was a lie. I never killed no one.
Why were you in jail then?
All right. At one time, Lucas, I carried a gun. Like everybody else, I carried a gun. But I never used it for nothing, excepting to kill for food and protection. About 2 years ago, I was down in Hobbs. I was just having a drink to wash the dust down. There was a gunfight. There was 5 of them. And one of them got himself killed. They said I did it. The only reason they said that was because I was a stranger in town and all the rest of them had friends there. They found an empty cartridge in my gun. They didn't believe me when I told them that it was empty because I had killed a rabbit for some food. They didn't hang me, Lucas, because I reckon their consciences bothered them. So they just gave me 5 years. 5 years out of my life for killing a rabbit because I wanted something to eat.
I'm sorry.
I ain't no more guilty than that poor hawk is that your boys got fettered out there.
Maybe not. But you're in trouble. You broke jail, Walt.
I couldn't stand it in there, Lucas. A man's got to be free. Every morning when I woke up in that place, I almost died. So I made up my mind I was going to get out. And I did get out. And I'm out. And I'm free. And I'm going to stay that way.
You're not free, Walt. As long as you live, everywhere you go, every corner you turn, you'll be expecting somebody. Somebody like Flack. If you call that free, you're dead wrong.
Well, I'm not going back. I'm going on. The only reason I stopped here in the first place was because I figured I could hide out and maybe lose Flack.
You don't have to go back with Flack.
What do you mean?
Well, Micah Torrance is the marshal here. He's a good friend of mine, and you're in his jurisdiction. He gave me his word that if you'd come in quiet, he'd make sure you got back safely. You might even be able to get your case reviewed if what you just told me is true.
What about Flack?
He doesn't know you're here.
But he's still in town.
Yes, he's in town.
And I'm not going in. You tell that marshal to come out here and get me. That's the only way I'll do it. I don't want to go nowhere near that Eli Flack. Tell the marshal I'll be waiting for him here.
You give me a word on that? That you wait here till I go get him?
I give you my word.
Good. Well, we've got that settled. Guess we better turn in.
You're not going in after the marshal?
No, not tonight. Plenty of time for that tomorrow.
You mean you're going to let me go out and sleep in that barn after what I just told you?
Why not?
You and that boy of yours sure do have a way.
Good night, Walt.
Good night.
Come on, boy.
You going to let him go?
I'm thinking on it.
Better mount up, son. You don't want to be late for school.
Will you come back, Walt? Will you?
Well, now, I'd say that would be up to your pa.
I'll be looking for you.
Back in a couple of hours, Walt.
You know something, Bird? I haven't felt this good since I can remember. All you and me gotta do is not give up hope. That's all. Before you know it, everything's gonna turn out all right.
Kind of early, ain't you, Lucas, boy?
He's waiting for you, Micah.
I was just having a little breakfast. Like some?
All right. Well, what are you waiting for?
Nothing. See you after school, Paul.
Hold on, boy.
What are you doing?
Why'd you get that hat?
Hey, give me that. That's mine.
Now, this band, this skin here, did you make it?
None of your business.
Now, you tell me, did you make it?
No. Somebody gave it to me.
You know, there's only one man I know can make these like this. Man learned how to do it in prison. You McCain's boy, ain't you? That's what I thought.
Come on, blue boy. Let's take that cut off. Whoa, it's Flack! Flack's coming! You hear me? It's Flack. He's coming off the main road. I took the cut off.
Paul double-crossed me. Now I gotta face that killer out there all by myself. I gotta find something to defend myself.
It wasn't Paul, Walt. It was me. The hat, the snakeskin.
Your pa's got another gun, Mark. Where is it?
At the blacksmith's getting fixed.
Where are you, killer? Get your room, boy. Do as I say. Go on in.
Well, now, ain't this nice? Well, killer, looks like I got to teach you a lesson. I don't like nobody go busting out of my jail. You did. So I guess I got to teach you a lesson.
Don't, Flack. Don't.
Touch him!
Where you? You killed your last man, Flack. You've got no right being alive.
That's enough, Walt. That's enough. You're killing him. Let him go, Walt. Let him go, please. Stop. Let him go. Oh, please. He told me you could never kill anyone. He told me you couldn't. Listen to me. Listen to me. Let him go.
See, this man's in bad shape.
Well, it was self-defense, Paul. He was going to kill Walt.
Looks like he finally got what he deserved.
I guess I'd have killed him if it wasn't for Mark. I'm ready to go back with you now, Marshal.
Let him go, Paul. You know, Paul, Walt was right all along. That bird never did nothing to get all chained up for. Think Michael'll be able to help Walt? Maybe get him off?
Well, I'd say his chances are as good as that Hawk's were when you brought him in, son. Come on, we got some house cleaning to do.